Let's talk about adult friendships. Why are these friendships so draining? Why are these friendships taking a lot of our energy? Why are they becoming so hard to maintain as well? Why is things or are things happening the way they are? And if you know me, I have been very public that one of the areas where I'm also challenged, besides with children, which now is no longer a challenge for me, it has always been friendships. And let's talk about me then being a bad friend. Hi there, if you're new to this channel, we hardly do things like this. But today I just decided, just woke up, decided to take a shower, drinking my green tea because I'm on my journey of weight loss, and I decided maybe let me come here and become vulnerable because most of the time when I speak to you from a sense of a teacher, a coach, and I'm always giving you 5 steps to do something. But today I thought, let's just have a conversation. And you might not be a coach, but you might help me as I have helped you in the past, all right? So I want us to speak about adult friendships, which is something that has always been a problem for me. And let me give you a background of my friendships. There are people who believe they are my friends and I'm not their friend. I feel like they are not my friends. I just feel like it's people that I know. And the reason behind that is because a friend to me is somebody that I share my life with. And if we only go into a club and drink, if we only going to, when I don't know who to tag along when I go somewhere, you are not my friend. For me, you are somebody that I know, right? So I know people may say, Malebo, but you are so rude. But anyway, I am here to literally be vulnerable and tell you what I believe about a friend. And that is the reason why now I do not have friends, because I don't have anyone that I'm sharing my life with besides my husband. So in the past, when I had a wedding, I told my close friends, or the people that were very close to me, I spoke to them about the finances, that we were getting married, but we were not really financially stable, or we didn't have a lot of money to throw a big wedding and. And the reason behind this was because prior to that, we had planned a wedding at my home in Mafikeng, but we couldn't go home because my husband at the time was my boyfriend, lost his car, and there was just a lot of money that needed to be paid and all that, plus he was going to pay lobola, so he did not have enough money to throw a big wedding, and we were not going to take a loan for us to throw a big wedding for people to come and eat. That's about it. That's how I saw it at the time. And we decided then to host 25 people each, which made 50 people, right? So we decided to bring our close family, because we can also have a family, but it does not necessarily mean that they are close to us, right? And that was our parents, our siblings, right? And some of our cousins, and then also close friends, and which made some of my colleagues, because I was very close to them when I used to work in the hotel in Midrand, and also my close friends, which some of you already know. And there were people who were angry at me that I didn't invite them to my wedding because they thought they were my friends, and nah, I don't, you know how girls are, but I felt like those people were not my friends, were people that I knew. And some of these people, which I think sometimes we don't even have boundaries when it comes to friendships. Some of these people were not really my friends. We connected, yes, but they were my friends' friends. Do you get what I'm saying? So your friend comes with a person in the group, and of course you go to a club together, you dance together, you go to church and all those type of things, but I still maintain a boundary. My friend's friend is not my friend. No matter what, even if we can go on a trip together, I still maintain the fact that my friend's friend is not my friend. So that was the dynamic years ago of how people just saw me as this person who is not really a good friend, and right. And of course it's fine, whatever name that you call this, but I feel like if I am going to be your friend, you need to know some of the depth of where I am, and how I feel about things. And also we need to share the same values, which for me is, it's a priority, right? So that on its own tinted me, like made me like the person who people would come and help, but she wouldn't care about you when she needs to celebrate and all that. Given maybe that is true, I don't know how you feel about that. And because I said today we are having a conversation, please let me know, who do you believe is your friend? Do you believe that your friend is somebody that you know? Because I know a lot of people. I am known, like on social media, I'm followed by close to 30,000. If I can count all of these followers, perhaps some of them are repeating on Instagram, on Facebook, and also on and YouTube. It's a lot of people, close to 50,000. So I'm known, and there are some people who are close to me, but they are not still not my friend. So let's talk about this first one. Who do you believe is your friend? And the second one that I want to speak about is the issue of letting go. I find that a lot of adult friendships are becoming a lot to maintain, like for you to be my friend, you need to be there for me. And sometimes, if we are very, very honest with each other, is that some people are not going to be there for you because they are not themselves. They are also fighting their own battles. But also some people are not going to be there for you because emotionally they are so disconnected. And let's talk about the emotional disconnect. When I was pregnant, I was going through a lot. The second pregnancy especially. The first pregnancy, it was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. But the second pregnancy, I was told, I shared it here, I was told that the baby was going to be a not a premature, but would come with a Down syndrome. According to the blood test, there are possibilities, which were not 100% possibilities, but the baby was going to come with Down syndrome, right? We needed to go and test the fetus, which I didn't want to do it. And in the midst of it, I spoke about a person who prophesied me that my child is going to come as a stillborn. So you can imagine when you are pregnant and you get that type of information. And guess what? I don't think that any of my friends were there for me. I don't think like they even understood. And later on, after this whole thing, I understood that some of my friends are emotionally disconnected, which is a misalignment of who I am right now. I take note of people's emotional state, and not only because I am a coach and all that, but that's who I am right now. So the issue of letting go sometimes is that what I see people usually say is that my friends are draining me, my friends always are asking me money. But when we go back and be very truthful to ourselves, you will find out that actually you met your friends when you were in the same level. You were once that person, but because of the healing, because of just growing, just becoming, you changed from being a person who's always needing money from people or needing love or anything to a person who is independent, right? So with me, I've also figured out that is who I had been in the past. Some of my friends met me when I was not a coach. They met me when I didn't even understand what healing was. They met me before I even entered a practice of a therapist. They met me when I didn't even have money, staying in a 2.5 bedroom flat in Sunnyside, where we were 11. There were 11 other people within the room. So I want you to think about it. If you guys were once shared something, and then you level up, and whatever caused the level up, because sometimes it's caused by your purpose, sometimes it's caused by different things. Then later on, you meet the same people who used to believe that maybe money is never there, maybe there's a lack of jobs and all that, and you no longer believe in that. They are definitely going to drain you. People, when you are having a good thing, some people always want a part of that happiness, because they have been there for you, they are your friends, or whatever the case may be. But the reason that there is an imbalance, I'm saying I've got 500,000 in my bank account, and my friend doesn't have 500,000. It is because I found a way of growing, whether career-wise, whether business-wise, whatever, and I have healed my money traumas that were limiting me at the time when I met this friend, that were limiting me so much, and I couldn't make 500,000. Now that I have leveled up, they are still in the same frequency. They cannot make 500,000. They feel like 500,000 is a lot of money, and all of these things. So now when I speak about 500,000, it's like more when I say I've got 500 rand, because that's not a lot of money. That time when I'm saying 500,000, it's like it's not a lot of money to me, but to them it's a lot of money. So the issue of letting go, as we dive into the issue of letting go, let me ask you, are you struggling with letting go of something that no longer serves you? And I figured out that even with me as a coach and the work that I have been doing, it's hard for me to let go of a friendship, especially because these are some of the people that helped me. And I remember my friends, two of my friends, when it was my very first book launch. At the time, my husband was not there. If you know the story, you met at my book launch. But they contributed money for me to make to do a book launch, to host people, because the book launch was for free, and I was hosting in coffee. I remember in coffee in Sunnyside, and so I had to buy breakfast for people, and my friends popped up some money. And this is the thing. Now, when you have to let go of people who started with you, like right there, somehow, to me, and this is not true. This is a story that I am telling myself. That is a sort of a betrayal. Not that I'm talking about those specific friends, but I'm just saying, for me, when people do those type of things for you, it sounds like when you leave, then you are betraying them, right? And this is a distorted thinking. This is a dysfunctional way of thinking of love, because again, you can love people and still leave them. You can elevate, and I think that there's a friend of mine, we used to be a group of friends, and she just went mute on all of us. I haven't spoken to her in like 3 years. I don't know where she is, what is she doing, I don't even have her number. And it comes to my third point, that when now do you draw the line? Because sometimes and I see with one of my friends that she doesn't have boundaries, and boundaries, I mean boundaries on what she can do and what she cannot do, especially with her other friends and myself too. And things like, for me personally, I don't have any of my friends' boyfriend's number, and I don't talk to them. I'll talk to them when they are there, right? I'll talk to them and I'll say hi, hey, how are you, and we'll have a good conversation. but I don't want to have their number, not because they are not good people and all that. One is because they are boyfriends. Two, when you're a boyfriend, firstly, when you're a boyfriend, things can just go south, and then now I still have your number. Now what must I do with your number, right? And then also that is not my man. That is not my man, and that is not my friend. It's my friend's boyfriend, and why must I have their number? Why should it be like that, right? So I figured out that some of my friends don't have that type of a boundary where they understand not only that is Malebu's husband, right? That automatically, if you know me, if I come with somebody else, they, like what I said in the beginning, that my friends are not my friends, right? I can have a conversation with them, but they are not my friends, meaning they are not going to be invited to my parties. They're not going to come to my wedding. They're not going to. But if we go to that friend who is their friend, we will meet and have a good time. You get what I'm saying? So when do you draw the line as a person to saying, this friendship really is exhausting me, this friendship is not serving me? Because one of the things that I've also picked up is that we get drained by those friendships because we are no longer in alignment with those people. We no longer share the same values. I mean, for me, I have changed a lot. I mean, I spent in the last year until now, I've spent about 50,000 only on personal development. 50,000. And I'm not talking education, going to a school and registering a degree and whatever. No, I'm saying personal. That is personal to me, right? And my friends don't do that. I have people in my life which I relate to so much, but they are not my friends as yet. But we share a lot, and we don't know what to call ourselves, so we don't say Malebu is my friend, right? But these people, we share a lot because we have the same values, we have the same things that we align with, and that we love. And I'm not suggesting that your friends must love everything that you love. I mean, my friends loves a Mercedes-Benz. I'm a BMW lover, right? But I'm saying the core values. When values align, there is a friendship, there is a relationship. Immediately when the values don't align, like people, there's somebody out there who had a friend and you guys believed in Jesus together, and now that friend is no longer believing in Jesus. And it's not that the friend is bad or whatever, but it's simply because the friend values no longer align with yours. So imagine sitting with the person who says, who's Jesus? The colonizer, the one that came because of the colonizers. How will that make you feel? So the question that I want to impose in you or ask you is, when do you draw the line to saying, this friendship does no longer serve me? And now the last one, which it's a hectic one, because of already that this person is draining you and all that. How do you then tell them that I no longer want to be a friend? Do you just ghost them? Do you just delete their number? What do you do? Do you tell other people about it? Because sometimes we don't tell them, we tell other people about it, and which creates a whole lot of toxicity. So tell me, what do you think about adult friendships? And how do you then end a friendship? Because at least with a relationship, you can say, baby, I love you, but this is not for me. But how do you then tell a whole adult that you no longer want to become their friends? I'm waiting for us to communicate and chat on the chat box. I'll see you next time.